what's wrong and now.
What is being vulnerable? What is being vulnerable, and what does that mean for you? Because that's what you're interested in, right? In business, in life. This is a channel. If you've come across my stuff before, my name's Reese Newton. I am all about financial wellness and mental wellness and mental well-being, okay? Check out a bit of my story, do a little bit of research on why those are important elements to me if you've landed on this channel. And yeah, we're going to discuss vulnerability, okay? And this isn't like the majority of content. You know, this isn't just to do with business. This is about wellness in general, okay? And today, you know, as you're watching this video today, whether it's today itself or at some point down the line, today is a special day to myself. You know, talking in terms of vulnerability and being vulnerable. Now, this may not be the exact content that you're after, but if you're watching this, then it's for some reason, okay? I want my content to link between business. So I work in affiliate marketing, I work in online marketing, digital marketing. I live in London. I've lived in the United States. I've spent plenty of time in Europe as well. So welcome if this is the first time you are coming across my channel. It is great that you are here watching this, and I hope you get a takeaway, okay, from it. Now, we're going to be talking about like how you know, how being vulnerable can actually be like a strength to you. Now, what we're going to start with, because before I talk about many things, I do my research, you know, just to make sure that, you know, I'm aligned with what I feel and what my experiences are, okay? Now, the word vulnerable or being vulnerable is actually defined in the dictionary as being able to be easily physically or mentally hurt, influenced, or attacked, okay? So there's many different instances of being vulnerable. You know, for example, one of the examples that's listed or given as I give a quick search, you know, I felt very vulnerable standing there with no clothes on. So that might be applicable to a woman or female, you know, a young girl, anything like that in a certain situation. And that is vulnerability, okay? They felt vulnerable at that moment because they felt they could be easily physically or mentally hurt, influenced, or attacked. Now, this can also be, you know, applied to different situations. You know, vulnerability for that female, for that young person, or that older person, or that woman, you know, it could be different to the example of tourists are more vulnerable to attack because they do not know which areas of the city to avoid. Now, that would be more relatable in terms of where I live in London. So young men feel vulnerable, not tourists in this occasion, but certain young men. So as I said, I live in London. I've lived here the majority of my life. I know the city fairly well. You know, that might be an aspect of vulnerability for them. Okay, they live in a city where they don't want to go to certain areas because they're vulnerable to being easily physically or mentally attacked. Okay, that is vulnerability. Now, vulnerability is also a topic with multiple facets, really. You know, the way I will talk about vulnerability in this aspect, having given two, you know, extreme, well, not even extreme, two different scenarios where you could feel vulnerable. Now, vulnerability could also be, you know, sharing anything where, as defined in this sense in the dictionary as, you know, being easily attacked physically or mentally, or influenced in some way. That applies to business, that applies to online, that implies, you know, that goes into sharing with friends, family, strangers. There's different levels of being vulnerable. And as a younger man, so as I say, today is an important day to me in terms of vulnerability. My father, it would have been his 58th birthday today. God bless, you know, his soul. You know, being vulnerable in sharing certain aspects of yourself, especially as I say, when it comes to online. You know, if you're new to this channel or you've seen a bit of my stuff, I have, you know, I'm in the process of growing this channel. I've been putting out specific content, which I hope, you know, lands with the right type of people, the people that really need to see the videos. And, you know, in this sense, me being vulnerable, being willing to share some stuff with you on this channel, that is also vulnerability, okay? Now, me, myself, you know, maybe years ago at some point, you know, the possibility of, you know, the being influenced or all of these aspects as a young man, because that's what I can relate to. And I know, you know, I'm surrounded by great women in my life. So I understand there's vulnerability in lots of different senses. But there is a time, there is a place as a young man, to be vulnerable in certain circumstances, okay? Not all the time, because again, just by the pure definition, the possibility of being physically or mentally attacked, you know, there's a level to it. You have to protect yourself also, and not just in a physical sense at all, in a mental capacity. You know, there's great strength personally that I have experienced from being vulnerable in certain situations. Now, there's a difference between being vulnerable and oversharing and everything. Even like this video, you know, there's certain elements that I will not share. I'm not happy to share. I don't want to go there and share certain things. But I'll give a bit of vulnerability that, you know, some of the topics that I touch on in terms of kind of depression or grief or other elements around that of really, you know, getting yourself to a good place. You know, I can really, you know, I really feel that I can benefit people in those ways. Now, I can't come in and you know, solve that for everybody that's watching this. I can't tell you to be vulnerable. I can't tell you to share anything that you don't want to share. That's entirely up to you. That's your decision. I can only say that vulnerability has been a great strength to me. Now, there have been times in the past when I wasn't as well versed in certain aspects of you know, life and people and all of these things, okay, which is okay. It's cool. It's a learning curve, right? But you know, having a certain level of vulnerability, that is not weakness, you know, and as described by the definition, you know, vulnerability is strength. Because I can be vulnerable with myself or other people to a degree, it actually, funnily enough, in some ways, repels the definition that is listed here as, you know, being easily attacked, mentally, physically, all of that. You know, being vulnerable in some ways deflects, you know, some of that once people have an understanding, they listen, and so long as you're not around people that, you know, take advantage of anything like that, which the majority of people, you know, I can't say they do. There are some people that, you know, prey upon stuff like that. I can't really speak too much on that, but look, this is a video, as I say, that I hope you've come across. As I say, I'm not oversharing a lot of stuff. It's a topic that kind of came up today. As I say, it's an important day to myself. And yeah, being vulnerable or having some type of vulnerability, once you're at a stage where you can really take that for, you don't have the fear of, the elements, as I say, of physical or mental, being attacked in any way. If somebody attacks a vulnerable person in a certain way, it says a hell of a lot more about that person and where they are. And people will get around you, they will protect you. No one likes to see people that are vulnerable, really vulnerable, being taken advantage of. Nobody likes to see that. Nobody will really stand for that at all, which is the way it should be. We should be able to protect those that are really vulnerable, that cannot stand on their own 2 feet and stand up for themselves, because they may not have the support and stuff like that. Okay, but if you are a person that is able to support yourself and you can, willingly give time to support someone else that you see as vulnerable in some way because you've been through it, it's your moment to say that. And of course, never put yourself in any type of way of harm or anything like that. But yeah, it's a big topic, a big discussion. Nothing that I'm gonna go on about. But yeah, look, in terms of like real life, there's times to be vulnerable. As I say this, I know I have an inbox full of emails, campaigns to get running. As I say, I'm a marketer. I'm a digital marketer, affiliate marketer, business owner as well, helping people, teaching people financial wellness and mental wellness as part of that, and what I can really offer. Okay, so I have a link down below to a program called Affiliate Impact, which, yes, it will teach you all of the aspects or technical aspects you need to get an affiliate marketing income stream or business off the ground. Lots of great things you can do with that. And for myself, it's a glorious afternoon. Sun's out here in London. I will be going down to a place of mine that is very dear to myself. Taking the afternoon to myself, which fortunately I can do. I can enjoy the city. There's also a great exhibition on in London at the moment, and as I say this, do this, I will continue to fortunately be in a position where I'm comfortable enough to do that, take the moment, and enjoy the day, and enjoy today for what it is. So look, if you like this type of content, this is a little bit different, be sure to subscribe. It means the world to me. As I see more subscribers come in, I realize that's a person clicking on that subscribe button to follow. Okay, so I do appreciate that. I'm at 400 odd at the moment, just over 400. Appreciate that. We'll continue growing this, and yeah, I'm on a real kind of good momentum to make sure that I can keep impacting individuals through videos and content and channels like this. So be sure to press that subscribe button. Check out Affiliate Impact down below. There will be an email there to contact a team member. And yeah, any kind of partnerships or anything like that, be sure to let me know. Okay, so I hope you, as you're watching this today, this morning, this evening, I hope you have a great rest of that day for you. And yeah, be mindful when sharing and being vulnerable. It's not applicable in every situation that you go through day to day. You know, you don't need to be vulnerable with there's lots of occasions, right? You know, as I move through the city today, I'm not going to be vulnerable with every person that I come across, and I will keep myself to myself in certain situations, you know, to protect, yeah, my own self as I do that. But you know, you've seen the video. I've been fairly vulnerable with you, so yeah, likewise. Please be sure to leave some support, subscribe, and until next video, check out the other videos that are around this channel, and yeah, connect today. Leave your email so I can contact you, and yeah, hey, I'm open for opportunities, business partnerships, all of that good stuff, and also for you, as I say, get the right information, get the right skills, and then you can implement that for yourself. If you're starting from, you know, zero or a few £100 in your account, yeah, it's well worth it. So appreciate you listening, and until next video, lots of love, wellness, peace, and abundance. Speak soon, guys. Bye bye.